Hey guys, welcome back to Cruising with Matthew, and in my 9th episode in my P&O Oceana vlog series, I'm going to be talking all about our relaxing day at sea on our way to Cadiz, so I really hope that you enjoy this. So after waking up, albeit quite late, because I think the several early starts that I'd had in the Canary Islands had definitely caught up with me, we decided to go up to the buffet for a quick bit of breakfast. Unfortunately, due to the fact that we did get up quite late, it meant that we missed Jeff Hughes's talk on prisons, so that was a shame. However, it was a beautiful day outside, although you could definitely tell that we were in the Atlantic because the ship was starting to roll and pitch a bit more than it had done in previous days, but it was still quite warm, although a little bit windy, so we decided that we were going to have a nice relaxing day at sea on Oceana's open decks. That being said, before this, we had to go to our choir session. Now, we were really starting to polish off all the songs that we had done in preparation for our performance on the last day, and we only had one more rehearsal after this to get everything right, so we were definitely tying up some loose ends, and Rachel was doing a fantastic job. Now, after that, me and Zoe decided to take a walk along Oceana's promenade, with me taking several pictures and videos of Oceana as she sailed through the Atlantic. And I'm really glad that Oceana has this wraparound promenade because it's just a fantastic space, and it means that you really feel connected to the sea, and I love nothing better than doing several laps, and especially as you get further to the aft end of the ship, you start hearing the wake of the ship, and it's just a wonderful experience in my opinion. And I'm so glad that most of the ships that I've been on, with the exception of Britannia, have a fantastic wraparound promenade deck. We also spent a lot of time just wandering the decks of Oceana, and I know I'd probably say I do this quite a lot in these vlogs, but honestly that's one of my favourite things to do on sea days, is just to walk around the ship, taking loads of pictures and videos, and just being able to make the most of the ship, because I was so impressed with Oceana, and you could definitely understand why she is seen as a Sun class vessel, because her open deck space is just fantastic. And one area that I really enjoyed was Oceana's tiered stern, and in particular you had this little bit of railing which kind of jutted out of the back of Oceana, so if you could just kind of squeeze into it, you got to have fantastic views over the side of the ship and also at the back. So this was a perfect vantage point for me when I took a few pictures and videos, so I definitely recommend you seek that out. Now, thanks to Leon, our entertainments manager, making us aware there was going to be an event on the Lido deck known as the Oceana Celebration event, which was slightly ambiguous in the horizon, but we decided to go up on deck to see what was happening. Now, we did arrive quite early, but you could see they were setting up for a large on-deck barbecue, as well as a block of ice which was being slowly chipped into by an extremely skilled member of the crew. So we decided to go up onto the top deck to see what was going on, and although it was a bit windy, we managed to get into a spot where the windbreakers were doing their job, so we actually felt quite warm. Now, as it started to get busier, the resident band on Oceana, known as Pulse, took to the stage, and it ended up being a really nice event because we got to watch the crew member slowly making this huge chunk of ice into what turned out to be a ball, and that was fantastic. Considering the ship was also moving a fair bit, it was really impressive to see. And then after that, we had some wonderful smells coming from the barbecue, and then you had Pulse performing a huge range of songs, including what is now becoming one of my favourite Queen songs, The Show Must Go On, and it just gave a lovely atmosphere to the afternoon. So as the afternoon turned into the evening, we decided to get ready for formal night. Now, it was actually the penultimate formal night on our cruise, so we were definitely wanting to make the most of it. So because the clocks had actually been put forward an hour, it meant that as we made our way up for dinner, we were treated to probably the most fantastic sunset on our cruise, because the sky was lit up in beautiful shades of orange and yellow, and it was just absolutely incredible. And this is one of the many things I love about cruising, because you just get some fantastic sunsets when you're on a cruise. So that really set us up for the evening, in my opinion. So after the sunset, we made our way down to dinner and chatted the night away as per usual with our table companions Max and John, and Steve and Diane, laughing away as we did. The food as per usual was absolutely top notch, and then with a very full stomach we made our way to our choice of entertainment that evening. Now, there had been some discussion between me and Zoe which one we wanted to do, because I fancied seeing the vocalist known as Laura Magan, but Zoe really fancied seeing the magician Mark Williams. I'm always slightly uneasy about magicians, but I figured I'd give it a shot because I'd heard some really good things from our table companions who had actually gone to see their previous show. Now I have to admit I was slightly worried that it wasn't going to be that good a performance, but I was completely wrong and I was blown away by it, because he also had elements of illusion and it was so impressive, and there was also several instances of audience participation, which I have to admit I was worried that I would get picked, but as he walked past our aisle he picked Zoe instead, so up she went on stage, and you can see some of the footage here. He did say that we were able to record this bit, and how he managed to guess the particular cards in people's hands or things like that were absolutely incredible. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I don't want to ruin it if you see him on a cruise in the future, but I would really recommend seeing him because he was absolutely incredible. After all that magic and excitement, we were very tired at this point, so we decided to have one more lap around the promenade at night because we wanted to get up quite early so we could see the fantastic port of Cadiz. So off to bed we went after having a fantastic day at sea. So that was my episode on a sea day on our way to Cadiz, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. In my next episode, I'll be talking all about our port day in Cadiz, and I should be airing that next week, so I hope that you enjoy that. If you want to know more about Cruising with Matthew, then take a look at some of my other social media sites, including the likes of Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and a Facebook group. The links are below, so please check it out if you'd like. I really hope that you're having a fantastic week, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. So this is Cruising with Matthew, and thank you so much for watching.